It's week 1 of the NFL, and we've got a showdown in the NFC South. It's the Buccaneers and the Saints, next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. Today, our new season begins with an NFC South matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Leading them out is their 6'3" quarterback, the 3rd overall selection in 2018, Sam Darnold. Fournette, a first down, still going. He's at the 40, past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette, 74 yards. And the Buccaneers are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Taking it about the 1-3. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. They'll roll him out right. And he's got his target, Harris. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Defense gets up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Flush to his right. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit, because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
Watson, off play action, sliding out of the pocket. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend, because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there, because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Space to run past the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. we've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you have to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas there to make the grab. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Lutz with the extra point. And it will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Darnold down to throw. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To throw is Watson. Forced out to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Vasquez. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 36.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Eluding the pressure right. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
These type of plays are backbreakers for our defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
These two teams all tied after one. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. Kamara trying again. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Faking the give. Now Watson. Escaping the pressure right. To the right side and complete to Thomas. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Leonard Fournette and the rest of the Bucs offense set to take over once more. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up?
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off of play action, Darnold. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. And they get Tristan Wirfs, 1st-round pick in 2020.
Still 3rd down.
And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Darnold. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Darnold from the gun. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision, being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays. But you also have to have good feel as well, because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
Wants to try to end the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to bounce that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward. Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now it's Darnold. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
2nd and 10. A play fake, and it's Darnold. And it's caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to a field goal. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Taking it about the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the second quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows. They're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
He'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On first and 10, Watson steps away to his left. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. From the gun, here's Watson. Flush to his right. On the check down, he finds Kamara. Touchdown! Alvin Kamara, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Going up top for Miller. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
On first down, it's Watson. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Throwing on second and long. Watson. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Watson. Dancing to his left. He gets it complete to Harris. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll kick things off with an AFC South matchup. Indianapolis traveling to Jacksonville. And it's the Colts who have the lead in the second quarter. Jameis Winston with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's head up to Cincinnati to check in on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. A couple of touchdown passes there for Joe Burrow. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Mac Jones with a couple of touchdown passes. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Saints, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. Off of play action, it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. It's Harris. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
45 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
On the ground, Kamara. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. On the move to his left. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down and inside the 5-yard line.
Kamara. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Again, Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 94 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Howard. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Faking the give, Darnold. Airing this one out for Evans. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Fournette. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. Point after, right down the middle. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go!
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there. Making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A give. This is Kamara. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A shotgun snap for Watson. Flushed out right. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson buying time to his left. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So an important one there as they widen their lead in this 4th quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns. But in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. To throw is Darnold. Completes it to Dixon. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Darnold. And he's taken down here by the Saints. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Here's Darnold. This one complete to Scott Miller. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
He's got the hook up here on the comebacker. Complete.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
105 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark. And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. They'll swing this out to Fournette. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Going for it all. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review.
Let's go, baby.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They run it again with Kamara. And the Buccaneer defense for the 2nd straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Watson. Flush to his right. And he's got his target, Harris. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, it's Kamara. And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. To throw is Watson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Buccaneers are right back in this football game. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. The point after is good, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now, this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And just how they envisioned the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know, it's really strange. I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. It's going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for New Orleans, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC.
Buddha.